So I'm just running here in the middle of nowhere. And I can tell you where I am. And you have obviously a better idea for the ones that know. But besides that, I'm literally running in the middle of nowhere. Just me and the nature. And the dirt roads ahead. Very windy. Barefoot. And an empty camelback. So yeah, I'm currently running Cairns up to Cape York, to the most northerly point in Australia, the tip, just north of Bemiga. And I had a support driver up until Weeper, and then I went and got a massage off Alyssa. And then she had a wheelbarrow in the backyard, so I borrowed the wheelbarrow and I've done the rest on my own at this point. And this is where I am. You're like, where's the wheelbarrow? So I currently got a support vehicle. We're an actual convoy, a convoy of vehicles. So I had one good gentleman, or two families, Daniel and Luke. They've taken all my sewing gear, all the socks and sewing machines and stuff, and they're taking that. They're on their way up this way up to the tip. And I've been slogging the wheelbarrow with a flat tyre for 2 days now. Did 48 kilometres yesterday with a wheelbarrow with a flat tyre. Rolled it, also nosed it in, shit all over the road. 90% dirt road. And it was a smoky day yesterday. They were burning off, so I copped a fair bit of smoke yesterday. And I finally arrived at the destination last night, and yeah, these guys come over to me and go, "Oh, you're that guy running it?" Yep. And then so I'm currently running the telegraph track, the famous telegraph track. So the first section here is 72 kilometres. And I could have went via the road with my wheelbarrow, but it's 109 kilometres. So, luckily Mitch had some spare room on the back of his ute, on his Land Cruiser, and he offered to take the wheelbarrow. So him and his mates and got a convoy of four-wheel drives going through the telegraph track. And I'm very fortunate. As I said, I've got a support vehicle without having a support vehicle, because they just offered me to take the wheelbarrow, and they just luckily had some room. Had a gentleman there staying at the Bramwell Roadhouse. I think it might be Bramwell Station Roadhouse, but obviously Bramwell Station is off the road 6.5 k's in. And towards the east, and then I was going to go in, but no, it's 13 kilometres return, bugger that, so I had to go another 6 kilometres up the road north to get to the roadhouse. And yeah, just very lucky to offer to take my wheelbarrow, but I was really in desperate need to get some grease on the bearings if possible, and at least take the axle off and get a bit of wire brush onto it and free it up a bit and chuck a bit of grease on it anyway. So the gentleman, look at these little shortcuts, they're not much, but gentleman there and his mate, sorry bro, forgot your name mate, but obviously Mark's the owner. They seen me in Croydon when I ran across Australia in 2016, first Aussie to run across Australia with no support vehicle, solo, pushing my heavy trolley. They seen me there. So yeah, yesterday evening they obviously were like, hey, we know that guy. So we had a good yarn, and yeah, he got up at 6 o'clock this morning and helped pull my wheel off, grease it, and also to find out the actual wheel was flat. So I pushed the wheelbarrow 48 kilometres with a flat wheel, and I wonder why there was a bit of resistance the whole way. She was a slog, guys. So anyways, done a bit of concrete and, you know, brick lane or whatever, block lane, or pushed a bit of soil around the backyard or on the construction site, you know what I'm talking about. She was a hard go all day, eating dust also by all the four drivers, head north with the caravans and whatever else, just stirring up the dust. I met a lot of beautiful characters yesterday. So thanks everybody who's supporting. Much appreciated. Thanks for the kind donations. Thanks for the cold beers especially. And yeah, it's just great Aussie spirit up here. Everyone helps everybody. So even just to give you an example, obviously it's just how we are in the outback, you know, country life, you know, the real good Aussie spirit, the Aussie way. So a couple of 4 drives tagged in on the end of Mitch's group, and you know, you can't just leave them. I think that one had a Ford. Anyway, they weren't patrols or Land Cruisers or Land Rovers or, you know, yeah. So yeah, here we go. Thanks for the listen, guy. Had your comments, had a tag, share it around, get the love out there. I think I'm also probably the only first person who's run this. I'm sure you got the odd person that's walked it, but I will say though, if there's anyone who's done the walk or the run, which is not many have done the run, I don't know if many have done the run, you know, as much as the odd person who's done the walk or the run, a lot of them start at the tip and make their way south, but I always wanted to finish at the tip. I worked up at the tip in Bamaga 20 years ago, back when I was 20, in the army, building houses up there, and I helped build the rubbish tip up there in Ingenuity. So I'm making a reunion or whatever. And yeah, but anyone who's walked this without any support, like I said, I fluked it last night. I was umming and ahhing whether I could bring the wheelbarrow along this road and everything. It's definitely possible. Would have been a slog. Might have needed a winch too, but nah. They would have had to have had a trolley. So if they're rolling solo like I am without support, you would have had to have a trolley, and you know, how do you bring the trolley along this road? So all saying that, I'm probably the only one who's ran this Nelly. So yeah, let alone cans to the tip. So I probably am the first person, you know, running. Someone's probably come in and actually ran it. I know I'm rambling on here, but you got to think of the hard effort I'm putting in, the gut effort, let alone barefoot, let alone I started in cans. Yeah, so I possibly am the first person. So anyway, big love. Hope you're enjoying the journey, guys. Thanks for your support to everyone out there. Have a great day, guys. Make sure you get up on it, up here. Go live it. Telegraph Track 2024. Ferris Gump signing out. Also, I'm not running in shoes, guys. Never was. Not for 14 years, no shoes. It's either Aussie pluggers, marathons, aka flip-flop Ferris, or in my socks, Roo Runner socks, Ferris Gump socks. Whew. I can hear the cars up ahead, so obviously coming to another creek, which I've ran out of water, as I said in the beginning. Whew. This is living.